Right, hello, so hopefully you can hear me alright. I'm going to be streaming Total Conflict Resistance, which is quite interesting. It's kind of a bit like a Mount and Blade sort of modern war game sort of thing. Alright, Rich? So what makes this quite interesting, there was another thing I played like this called Freeman Guerrilla Warfare or something, but this is a lot more polished and everything. But what's interesting with this is it's one of those games that is blatantly got real countries in it, which for legal reasons or whatever, like Russia isn't Russia and all that sort of stuff. But there's a mod that makes everybody be the real country. So for example, if I do a new game and we start a new tactical campaign, I've got the mod look where everybody is Cuba hasn't had a replacement picture yet, but I think every other mod's got the replacement picture. So yeah, you could also have Kia as the picture for the UK, but I thought, fuck that, I'll have Charles. But yeah, so if there's enough people on, they can pick a country for me. I was already doing a campaign as, I've got two in progress, because I beat the game as America when I first played it. I could do UK, but I think they get the exact same tech tree as America. But I was doing one as Belarus and one as China. Alright, Connor? So, Belarus because I don't want to play as Russia, but invading people as Luka is quite funny. SMOing Putin as Luka. Potato King Luka. But yeah, there's, as far as I'm aware, there's kind of three tech trees where there might be a couple of individual units per nation, but like you'll get Western countries, you get Eastern countries, so like Russia is East, obviously, US is West. And then you get, I think they just call them South, so like some of the like Arab states, and China use, and I assume Iran would as well, and North Korea, the Southern Tech Tree, which is a mix of like Western and Communist gear and some other stuff. So in the tactical campaign, it's like it's one you don't have to think about as much, in the sense that, you know, like the more areas you hold, the more stuff you generate per turn. But you don't have to think about all your like running your economy type things of each province, because you've got otherwise got like the total war style thing where, you know, like each territory you hold you can build infrastructure on, and then, you know, you have to have food as well as everything else. So should we do maybe North Korea? Should we play as best Korea? I mean, we could also play as South Korea, which is worst Korea, but we could play as North Korea. Also, bear with me a second, I'm going to take another hay fever tablet in a minute, because I've bought because one of my friends recommended these to me, Piriton, which are slightly drowsy ones, but you take them like every 4 hours, but they are a hell of a lot better than the Laudatine I was taking before. So, yeah. And I saw that Labour, I mean, technically, a jury let him off, but a Labour councillor that said about slitting the throats of the far right or whatever, he's been let off, even though a lot of other people have gone to prison for saying mean things. So, that's two-tier Kia at it again, in my opinion. And yeah, I just noticed there's no like definitive colour backgrounds either that say which kind of tech tree the nation uses. So let's play. I've got one underway as Belarus. I wouldn't mind. Let's see Ukraine. Let's see what Ukraine gets. Right, I'm going to put recoil to medium, because apparently that only affects the player, not the AI, so I might as well keep that on default. I'm going to have it on expert, but I'll have Fog of War off, because I like to actually be able to... Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second, Josh, so I'll show everybody. So yeah, we're going to play Ukraine, we'll play on expert. So in this mode, it's kind of like a risk thing, you know, you take over territories, people can attack you from neighbouring territories, and you have to defend them, or whatever. So I need to recruit some troops. So what do I get in my tech tree? I get the US tech tree as Ukraine, and like I said, this is the Western sort of tech tree, but mostly US stuff. You do get Challenger 2's look later on. Challenger 2 is fucking amazing when I was using it in this game before. As in, you know, I could play with them kind of stupidly and they were just tanking everything. Okay, so we're so what I'm going to do to start with is research militia anti-tank troops. I should be able to just research them, shouldn't I? Why can't I research those? I have to research militia first and then militia AT. So let's start off with militia AT troops, and we'll start researching the vehicles because I'll need vehicles. The airstrikes, I need to again spend research points on that. Right. So for our first game, I'm gonna only make the troops militia AT, and I don't have any vehicles, do I, other than those supply trucks that are just trucks or units in, so there's no point getting those. So for my very first game, I'm just going to buy loads of militia anti-tank squads because, you know, they're like mixed units and they have anti-tank weapons. So yeah, Joshua was saying about yeah, so the guy from the illegal immigrant from the hotel, I think he might have been charged now, I'm not sure, but at the time initially, yeah, he kept trying the doors on loads of houses, went into the house of a blind woman, her carer chased him off with a knife, because, you know, being a woman, she was pretty scared when some big bloke came into the house or whatever. She chased him off with a knife, and then the police fucking arrested her for threatening him with a knife, but didn't charge him, and I think because of the outcry now, they've had to charge this bloke, but yeah. Anarcho-tyranny is the state of the UK. Oh, how dare you say that, Rich? I'm going to have you done. That's right-wing fuggery propaganda, that is, Rich saying that about Kia. But yeah, I'm not using the Kia mod because I wouldn't want to see his horrible face on the picture. Somebody said the other day, and it's completely true, if you ever look at pictures or videos of Kia, or like specifically videos, mute it, and he looks like such a psychopath when you just have videos of him, like you can't see him, but you just need to see his weird face movements. Right, anyway, so I'll start a save as Ukraine. So again, it's going to use the original names of countries, isn't it? So, why has it done that? I want to save the game, but why has it made the thing not full screen? No, that's not right now. Oh, enter it right. Okay, so there we go. Right, let's go for the weakest territory first. So there's a town one or a farm one. So that is Oman, was it? Or some Arab state. And that one is Cuba. That one is the Czechs. So the Czechs are in the west part of the map. Whatever that country is, Arab country, is there. And that's Cuba. But again, it's not got the replacement picture for the Cuban one. They haven't put Castro or something in this picture. Let's go for this one. Alhancola. The mic volume or the game volume, Josh, you have to be specific. But at the moment there was just a little bit of background music. There wasn't any like real sounds. Right, I don't need the tutorial advisor. Oh, and I need to, that reminds me because I just had my phone buzzer notification turned on Do Not Disturb. I was going to stream yesterday, but my parents were watching this council meeting thing that was about our local area to do with them building stuff, and they were interested in that, and that went on till fucking gone 8 PM when they started at 5 PM. No, 4 PM it started. So yeah, it went on over 4 hours, these people like mumbling, oh, I don't know if the planning permission should go through. Oh, one of my guys has already been killed, right? So they've got what's that, like a technical over there? Oh, they've got a ZU-23-2 mounted to a Toyota Hilux. That's not good. I do outnumber them at least. And the cool thing with this game, look, is I can select a squad, then I can go into first person with it. Oh, they've actually got guys properly dug in as well. Yeah, my guys are taking quite heavy casualties here. I'd rather have a rifle actually, even if it's just a bolt action, because of the fact that Can't hear the mic. It's as loud as the mic will go. I can turn it up, but it's as loud as it go. If I go in OBS, the mic says it's in the green. I can turn it up to where it's just peaking yellow, but there's no point in you doing it louder than that. I'll turn the game audio up as well, but... Right. Is that better? Again, I can't really turn it louder than this, and I shouldn't need to. It's right next to my face. Alright, cool, yeah. It's because I'm using the nicer mic, because it's a studio mic, even though I've got it really close to my face, it's very, directional. Again, I can maybe get the angle a bit closer to where my head is, but again, like I said, the annoying thing with this mic is it is very directional. And obviously I can't have it directly in front of my face when I'm looking at the screen. Again, the mic... Oh, fuck's sake, I just knocked it over on the stand. The mic, again, is at the full volume it will go, so I can turn the mic up in OBS, but... Right, I'll keep it so it... If I have it set at -0 decibel, talking directly into it like that isn't peaking it into the red, so that's the best I can do. It might be because I did the volume thing for the blue snowball when I last had that, which has a built-in amplifier as far as I'm aware. Although again, that's not a great built-in amplifier in the blue snowball. But again, I'm on Windows 10 and Battlefield whatever 6, where I followed the instructions for that, fucked up so many options on my PC that I've had to reinstall so much shit. Again, you can boost mics artificially in OBS, but I'd have to stop the stream to do all that if I remember right, so... Yeah, if your door is open, people have the right to walk in. I don't think that's true. Or if you're asked to leave, you have to leave, don't you? You can't just go, oh, sorry, I'm, you know... One of the weird copes I saw is, oh, in his culture it might just be alright to wander into random people's houses. I mean, you can do that on any version of Windows, but the problem is you can't do that without going into the sound settings. Again, I'm using a really nice audio setup in terms of my headphones. I've got some Hi-Fi Man XS's on, which, you know, are far better than any gaming headsets, but means you don't have an inbuilt mic, you have to use a separate mic. Somebody bringing up a vehicle. I'm dead. That's right, that was just one of my soldiers. Been shot by a pig, look. Alright, let's see what's going on the wider battlefield. So... let's send some of these squads into actual buildings. If they're close enough, then they're at least in cover. There we go. So yeah, what have the enemy got? So they've got that one... Oh no, that's not the Hilux. Has the Hilux been blown up? So they've got one house that's obviously they've fortified with troops. Yeah, like I said, Rajiv, I'm just going to have to go to it when I get the thing, because again, I'm not... You need secure boot on, don't you, for Windows 11, and I'm not doing all that bollocks with formatting my drives in a specific way Windows wants to then do the thing to enable secure boot, and then, you know, do secure boot and all that, you know. So they should make it easy to run Windows 11. Like I said, I'm not particularly wanting it anyway. And where my mum has Windows 11 on her laptop, it's really annoying when she has a technical problem and I have no clue how to fix it because all the interfaces are totally different. So it's that house over there on the far side of the hill, isn't it, that I want to RPG. Yeah, on mine I can't do that without doing a load of other stuff like reinstalling all the Windows. Because apparently when you install Windows from a boot thing, the default thing isn't, at least with the boot version of Windows I have on a USB, isn't the version that has the fucking setting they want you to have on. So it's basically, oh, you reinstalled Windows, that's great, but you should have gone into the advanced options of your installer and done it that way. Like I said, I'm not going to use it till I'm forced to, especially because it's going to use up even more system resources than what I'm currently using. To, I keep forgetting how you do that. You know, get rid of that. The control scheme in this game isn't great, in all honesty. It's quite a good fun game, but it's very janky. This again, it's made by Eastern Europeans, so it falls into the category we lovingly call Slav jank. And again, this guy having a submachine gun can't really hit very well at that range. Oh, I finally got him good. Anyway, where was that house that had all the people in? It's not that one, is it? Is it that one over there? Oh, hello. Now I shot through the tower. I was hoping I could hit the tower there and Another annoying thing like this is some of the things aren't formatted properly for the screen thing. So you might notice with some of the like text, it doesn't go into the box in this game it should be in. Right, okay, so anyway, I've probably got a load more reinforcements I can call in. Yes, I have. Right, let's storm forwards with these guys. I'm not going to bother flanking round. So yeah, it's that big farmhouse directly opposite is the one that's the one I want to hit. Right, this guy's got a bolt action rifle, which is good because it means I can actually what do you call it? I can actually hit people at a decent distance. Space Dog, right? What? Let me open. It is called Total Conflict Resistance. I keep forgetting myself what this game's called because it's got one of those so generic names. But yeah, I put on my Steam wishlist when I heard some people talking about it a while ago, and because it was on sale, I thought, oh, I'll get it, and then I bought the DLCs for it. They add a few more units. But it gets a lot more interesting as you get the proper vehicles. Right, it was that building, wasn't it? Oh, that's too high. Right, are there still guys in there? I think there are, because I think that's the person there. How good's the hip fire on RPG? But even after all that, right, let's order squad 2 to go over there. But yeah, didn't actually hit anyone inside. That thing where people highlighted red is just something I've got on in the options, because it, even when you know what side you're playing and what side the enemy's playing in this, the uniforms can sometimes be really hard to tell whose side each thing's on. So I just have the thing, once an enemy's spotted, they're highlighted red, just so it's, you know, you're not hesitating like, oh, are they a friendly unit or not before I friendly fire them. I think it was Rajiv, yeah. These guys have grenades, yeah. But what type of grenade are they? Smoke, flash, what? That's not an explosive. Actually, that was just a smoke grenade landed on the roof somewhere. Right, they're surrendering, so I think we've won. Sometimes if you kill enough guys in a squad, they surrender. Other times they fight to the death. I think it also depends on the rank of the units. Right. So now it gets a bit more interesting because I might have enough tech points now to buy a vehicle I actually want. So, manufacturing adaptation, I've got 21 things. Right, I can get a Humvee with a machine gun on the top. Does the MRAP have a gun on it? But I can also get the M113. So right, I'm going to not bother buying any Humvees. I'm going to spend the rest of my money on M113s. I've only got 3. Right, what is annoying in this as well, I'm just going to get rid of some of the guys actually that aren't at full strength, rather than rearming them, is there's no way of quickly sending to top, as far as I'm aware, of your roster with new units. So what's really annoying is if you, you know, keep buying new units, they end up at the bottom of your unit things, like right at the bottom of your reserves. There's loads of different guns in this. And it's not necessarily Russia, Ukraine. I was fighting Oman or whatever there. Again, like I said, most of the sides don't have properly made units for each of their things. Right, so we've got... How much money do I get for refunding a single one of those? Okay, if I refund 2 more of those, I can get 1 more M113. Right, so that gives me 4 M113s. I think they come with troops inside as well. So, troops in there plus militia AT squads. Right, cool. So let's rearm. I'm going to hope that when I save this time, it doesn't randomly... So Ukraine's called Arvik. Okay, good. It didn't randomly, like, do the thing then. Right, so the weakest territory, and again, I want to definitely go for the weakest territory because I'm just starting out weak. Depot. But not depot spelt with a T on the end. And we've got the classic Slav thing of guys riding on top of vehicles rather than actually being inside them. I think there are some guys inside them, but yeah, it's just kind of funny that, oh, we've got an armoured vehicle. Let's not go inside it. So, I haven't got researched any air support yet, so I can't call in helicopter or airstrikes from jets, so, I have to hope that I'm just able to counter whatever's there. That guy's got a gas mask on. I can't see his face clearly enough. I think they're like M50 looking things. Most of the soldiers have the gas masks in this. Whose name? Mine, Josh, is Liam. Right, okay, so some guys over there. Now, what I can do now is, with my M113s, these are obviously going to be much better for doing stuff with than, because obviously, although the gunner can be killed in these, like in Armour 2, because they're actually not protected by the armour of the vehicle. These are still obviously a hell of a lot tankier than just using, yeah, that guy before he RPGs me. These are a hell of a lot tankier. Oh, hello. What's this? Oh, I think that was a ZU-23-2, wasn't it? Right, I don't want to destroy that vehicle, because I think now I've killed the crew on it. If I win the battle now, but that doesn't physically get destroyed the vehicle, I think you capture that at the end of the thing. Oh, there's something else over there. Is that another one? Oh, shit, there's a guy with an RPG. I'm reloading. Quick, 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 run him. There we go. That'll do. Right, okay, so let's see. Is there still one crewman in that? Because it's still glowing red. Or are they all dead? Anyway, let's deal with these guys shooting at me first. That was lucky, an RPG just missed me there. Don't know which guy shot the RPG. Let's reload that. Right, yeah, is there somebody still alive on the map? Because normally I thought when you'd killed everybody in a vehicle, they don't glow red anymore. Oh, right, never mind. Right, I'm gonna move up some more of my guys to near me in a second, so, Oh, I can just do select all squads. Right, let's just tell all these guys to move up. Oh, that guy didn't get run over. Oh, yeah, that was a... yeah, red are the enemy, aren't they? I thought I friendly fired then a minute. Right. Right, where's the rest of the enemy troops? Because we've knocked out nearly all of them. Ah, right, there's a load more. Right, let's send all our guys into the middle then of that depot, train depot, because obviously some of the, most, I think, of the surviving enemy troops are there. Yeah, my casualties are much better this game now. I've got a bit of armour with machine guns on them. Obviously 50 cals give you way better protection than sending your guys in the open. Oh shit, let me manually control this. There's a ZU-23-2 that... Oh no, that's not one, that's the Vulcan, isn't it, on the back of that one? Like a machine gun. A Gatling gun even. Auto gun. Minigun. There we go. 20mm auto cannon. Right, I'm just trying to kill the driver without destroying the vehicle, potentially. That might be easier. Oh my god. No, never mind. I'm not getting that back. No recovering that, I don't think. Oh, my gunner's dead now. God damn it. Right, well this one then. So that's free, isn't it? Let's get everybody out. If I now do exit vehicle, I think that will deploy the troops out the back. Yeah. Although the squad had already dismounted from that one anyway. So, where's most of the squad for that one? Oh, just mixed all around. Alright, I'll just take control of this guy here. He's got a shotgun. Is this a pump action or a, Yes, pump action. Yeah, if it's got 7 rounds, it's... Oh. So if it's got 7 rounds, it's got to be a pump action, otherwise, It's actually not too bad, this shotgun. Some of the shotguns you get in this for, like, the really early game, cheap-ass kind of, like, hillbilly militia type units, with some of the nations are awful. Like, they have, like, the kind of equivalent of the sawn-off double barrel in Stalker, you know. Can't hit the broadside of a barn and you're getting shot at by people with rifles. Okay, I'm assuming most of the enemies are surrendering. Yeah, there we go. So I lost 12 infantry but didn't lose any vehicles. But yeah, I've captured a GAZ-66 ZU, so that would be the one at the beginning where we killed the crew. And yeah, the enemy didn't recover it. And that M113... If it was when I just lost the gunner on, any vehicles that, you know, like you would bail out of because they're damaged but not destroyed. Right, I'm getting attacked now, so I want to rearm my guys. Right, let's bring all those up. Right, again, this is a problem, it swaps the units around, which is really annoying. If you, so rearm. Okay, manufacturing adaptation. I probably don't have the money for consistently airstriking at the moment, so I won't research any aircraft yet. So that's the A1 version, is with the armoured bit around the person, isn't it? Oh, I can afford a Marder. Right, I'm just getting Marders then if I can afford Marders. How much is an individual Marder? 300. Right, let's delete a load of the infantry on their own. And now get a load of Marders in, because again they come... Right, so I've got less total units now, but again, Marders are more versatile because they come with troops inside them. And they've got an autocannon, they've got a single-use anti-tank guided missile and a machine gun on them. So, yeah, right, let's save this again. Right, I need to keep remembering to save over Arvik, because I don't want to delete one of my old, overwrite one of my better saves. Right, so I'm being attacked by the Czech Republic by the look of it. Oh, that's not nice of the Czech Republic. Invading Ukraine, SMOing Ukraine. Even though we're not in Ukraine, but whatever. But yeah, like I said, I've got a mod that makes the countries probably what they're meant to be as the real countries. But yeah, the US and Russia are obviously the US and Russia in this game, because their entire roster is, US and Russian stuff. Right, so we're defending a little port or something. Don't know where the enemies are coming in from yet. Oh, wait, no, it's Cuba invading me according to the flag, not the Czechs. That's weird. Maybe the Cubans are coming through that bit rather than the Czechs. But yeah, okay, we've got, but it's definitely Cubans coming at us. Right, there they are. Right, let's take control of this. Right. I am going to get overwhelmed here. Right, let's just see if I can get this a bit further back towards my line. But again, this is a soft-skinned vehicle. My crew can be killed on it, and, right, yeah. Right, they're getting absolutely massacred, these guys. I guess because they are mostly attacking with infantry against, even though this isn't armoured, most of my other vehicles are armoured. So unless they get close enough to use an RPG effectively, they're just going to get minced. Oh, they're going into the house. Right, this is actually where anti-aircraft guns are really useful, just strafing buildings like that when they start occupying the buildings. Because what is cool in this, that you can go in a lot of games, like RTS games, you can put infantry into buildings, but in this you can actually, as the you can play as one of the infantry that goes into the buildings, and they've got fully modelled rooms and everything. Not all full of furniture or whatever, they're like just empty buildings, but it is nice that you can actually go room to room and shoot out the windows, rather than it being a case of you can't. Right, is that my guys there? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's one of my squads, isn't it? And that's a Marder, right? Let's. This Marder's had its gun knocked out, I think. Right, if that Marder's had its gun knocked out, let's evac the Marder, and then send all the troops from it. Because again, if the Marder doesn't get hit again and blown up because there's nobody in it, they won't bother attacking it. Let's send those guys as well, then Squad 9 into that building there. And then they'll occupy that as a defensive structure. Those guys are surrendering over there. Right, so they do have a... Oh, it's a Tiger. A Russian Tiger, little armoured UAZ thing. So, let's send one of my Marders over to deal with that. Because the Marder... I'm just going to directly control it. Yeah, there we go. The autocannon is going to be pretty dapper at dealing with vehicles. That guy's arming an RPG. No, he's dead. Oh, he was surrendering. Whoops. Oh well. Right. So yeah, the Marder I abandoned, I just get back as a war trophy, because it's just the UAZ I'll sell off. But yeah, that's gone quite well. Right, I'll close the chat and reopen it, because as always with these YouTube chats, if nobody's left a message in a while, I don't know if that's nobody commenting in a while or the stream breaking. Because these streams are for a company with as much money as Google, they can't make good UIs. But I think the last message was Joshua talking about a car 98. Right, okay, so let's sell off the UAZ there, sell off the regulars, because like I said, I can just rearm now the vehicles and they fill back up. Right, I've got 10 research points. Again, I'm not going to bother researching infantry independently now, because I always just buy them in with vehicles, even if they're not as good doing it that way. There's not really any point having a squad of men in the open anyway, because in late game everything has autocannons and machine guns and just choose them up. And it's not like the infantry in this either. Get, like, what you call it? The infantry in this don't get things like javelins that would actually still make them good. They still have, you know, like RPGs, the anti-tank guys, so a low tier anti-tank guy is just as dangerous to a tank as a higher tier anti-tank guy. Just the higher tier ones have better, like, body armor and, you know, primary weapons. So, I will go for the LAV 25. The M10 Booker might be interesting. I didn't try that last time I did that. But then, the Rozomac is a Polish thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's the Polish variant of a Finnish vehicle, it says there. But then I can get Bradleys. And Bradleys are really, really good. Like in the Ukraine War as well. Fairly good armour for an infantry fighting vehicle. The 25mm cannon is fine against most things, and it has a couple of ATGMs on it that is genuinely good. But for calling in airstrikes, I could buy an F-15 out. Right, I'm going to get an F-15 first, use my money on that, and then get a couple of F-15s on standby. Basically, each time you use a plane or helicopter, you've used it up for an airstrike. But in some battles, you know, there might be an area that the enemy has locked down really well, and an airstrike is just really good at dealing with that. So yeah, we're gonna just have the F-15s for now. Right, let's just save and overwrite that save. So that's Arvik, isn't it? Yep. Right, overwrite. Okay, so we still want to probably go for the least dangerous territory. So there's one there that's 13, is farm. Oh, let's look. It's Lukashenko. It's the Potato King, Lukashenko. Right, let's keep a line of vehicles further back to start with, because if they've got troops dug in that town, I'm going to be driving straight into the range of RPGs and things. Oh yeah, there's troops here. Alright, just to show off an airstrike then. They've got fortifications in the town, but I don't think they've got... It's just a little UAZ, that's not really anything of interest. We've got a lot of troops there, right, so let's just call an airstrike in around this area. As you can see, an airstrike. So the plane will come in from off map. It's normally the side where your troops are, yeah, come in from. There we go, that's 8 of them, so not the most effective use of a vehicle, but still. Oh, I'm taking losses. What's that on? Is that one of the APCs? Yeah, it'll be one of the ones, just the guys, won't it? Riding on top. Right. Right, let's move forwards a bit, but again, they're quite entrenched in that town, so I don't want to just send my units in, because then any guys in buildings can shoot RPGs from the buildings, etc. And yeah, sending your vehicles into a town works as well as real life if you don't have overwhelming firepower. You just get completely torn up by like machine guns and rockets. Rajiv says, pull harder on the strings of your mother. There's a vehicle down there. Is that just its little UAZ? Okay, that's not even got sort of any good men near it, so that's alright. Oh, there's another guy up there. Oh, there's a lot of them down there. Oh yeah, that's why I wanted to be careful just going over a ridge and sending my vehicles in, because there's a lot of potentially quite well dug in infantry. Oh, what's that shit? What's that moving up on the side? I thought I saw something quite bulky there. Yeah, no, that's just a ZU-23 2 again, isn't it? Yeah, right, he's gone. Yeah, enough vehicles, just concentrate fire on that. That's fine. Right, okay. They've got guys in that house. Again, a bit of a waste of an airstrike, but we might as well use one up while we've got it. Oh. Right, that was actually probably a better airstrike than the first one. Okay, so let's order this guy back. Oh, I'll put the thing on as well. I think it's that, which means they can move and shoot at the same time for like non-stabilized guns. Just that way. I've still got this guy, so let's make a bit of use of him. Just because he's got the most powerful gun on all the units I have. In terms of like exploding flak shells. The nations that get the shulker in this, I've still found is the best thing for just hosing down loads of infantry. Did Trivium have an album called like Dark Crusade or something like that? Because that's one of the things I vaguely remember was always like advertised in HMV or somewhere at one point. You know, like when we used to actually have a HMV near where I was. I think that was like one of the albums, or like they had a lot of like t-shirts in HMV always near the tills and that. Never listened to them myself, but might be good. Yeah, that house I could deal with. Sadly, I don't know if there's a way of pinging anything. So what vehicle is this? Oh, it's an M113. I need a Marder, really. That one, yeah. Right. Oh, whoops, that was my ATGM, never mind. Oh, they've surrendered in that house. That would be a war crime to kill them. Never mind then. I don't know if that was the ATGM just slamming into him, shook him up enough to do that. Ah, the Crusade, right, yeah, not Dark Crusade. Well, if you recommend them, Rajiv, perhaps I'll give them a listen at some point. Sounds about right, Space Dog. It was the time then when loads of good video games came out. So yeah, after Half-Life 2 probably. That was 2005 was when Time Splitter's Future Perfect came out. So it could have been it was in loads of, you know, times I was going to various shops to find that at a good price. Right, okay. Right, they've still got something up there. Let's go get that. Are they infantry on the run, or are they just camping near the boundary of the map? Oh, they're surrendering now. My armoured vehicles are moving up. Right, okay, good. I didn't lose any vehicles and I only lost 12 infantry. That's not bad at all. Right, so I don't want that Ural. And I'm not going to have enough research yet to get more good things. So at the moment I will just buy a couple more Marders. And then because I've got Marders now which are good, I won't sell off the M13s, but I'll use the M113s quite aggressively at the start of the next game to right, that's that Cuban guy. Oh, I need to rearm first. Oops. Yeah, that's important. Right, okay. You know, resupply my men so they actually go into battle with a decent amount of ammo and whatever else. Yeah, I had, speaking on the original Xbox, I found my copy of it the other day. I have Half-Life 2 on the original Xbox because back then my PC was nowhere near good enough of handling Half-Life 2. So yeah, back in the day, I first played Half-Life 2 because my PC wasn't good enough and I didn't have like an internet connection to register it. We were on dial-up still at that point, I think. So I played Half-Life first on the original Xbox version, which a load of people bitch at, but the fact they got it to run on that and didn't have to cut out any content just made the textures low res and it had quite bad loading times. I don't think it was bad at all, but yeah. Then obviously the orange box version where you had Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Episode 2, Team Fortress 2 and Portal, didn't you, all in one game disc? That was great. I had that on the 360. And I think I bought on PS3 later on and I've got all of them on PC anyway, but... Right, now let's assign the Marders and these to Group 2 and move them up. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to send the M113s straight in because I can afford to lose them now. And like I said, they might still do quite well. It's just the problem I found with this game mode is, like I said, when you can't put units right to the top of the roster, is quite often you run into that annoying thing where if you're keeping your old equipment alive quite well, you run into this problem where you know, like you're never using your better equipment because it's always at the bottom of the tech tree and your old equipment keeps still staying alive. Right, let's evac the soldiers from those. Or are the soldiers already hopped off? Right, those M13s are parked in a really bad spot, but whatever. Yeah, it's not a good... Like I said, normally I would never order my vehicles directly into an urban area like that. I just did out there those because, like I said, I can afford to lose some of these M113s. So if some of them die, that's fine because I can replace them with Marders or whatever. And again, I know I can sell them off when I'm not in the thing, but sometimes you don't get that much money back for selling them off. So it just seems like a better trade to just use them a bit carelessly. Right, let's go into this building. Annoyingly, I don't think I have a flashlight and it's really dark. I could turn the brightness up a bit, hang on. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Like I said, it's very slab-jank. There's a lot of stuff in it that doesn't work quite right. There is a much... Again, I don't think I'm playing it in that low res. I think it's just because it's borderless. It keeps saying it's 1024 even though it's not. Let's put the brightness to about 3, just so I can see what I'm doing in here. Because like I said, there's no night vision or flashlights in it as far as I'm aware yet. But yeah, there is much more of a Total War campaign, but obviously I want to learn most of the game's mechanics before I play that game mode in it, because of the fact that, you know, if you can easily screw yourself over in that, if you know, spend a load of turns researching, you know, a particular unit and then find you absolutely hate using that unit. Like, obviously, what I've learnt from this game mode is there's no point really researching units past a certain tier, because you're mostly just going to want to get the units that you get free with APCs rather than buying infantry separately. Right, oh, hi, Uncle. Yeah, I probably said to you I replayed all of the original Quake fairly recently. Was that guy got a gun on him? Oh, yeah, cool. What's this? Is this an SKS? I think this is like an SKS of rails, but I can't really see because it's dark. Okay, so that disastrous thing of ordering all my troops, the M113s, into the middle of the city like it's Mogadishu and Black Hawk Down, didn't actually go anywhere near as badly as I thought it would go. Okay, so anyway, let's just zoom out there and leave that guy there. So that's man number 1, isn't it? That's alright, let's get the other guy out of there and send him also into that building, rather than just sat in the M113 with nobody helping him. So oh, never mind, I was gonna grab control of this, but no, he's just died, right? And the vehicle's knocked out. Oh, I think that was actually friendly fire when I ran in front of that guy, which I shouldn't have done, but oh yeah, there goes one of my vehicles. Right, so that building's got a load of people in, so what I could do is, I think if I look at the building and then do F6, yeah, I can order... Yeah, I can order the airstrike directly onto that building. So, let's just watch. So the plane should come in from whatever direction. Because obviously you can do it in RTS mode, but it's quite cool that you can just, as an infantryman, order in... Ah, I got an achievement. Killed 10 enemies with grenades. I don't think that was a grenade. That was an airstrike, whatever game. Ah, cool. What sort of game is it? Oh, hi, Uncle, you're developing. Right. For all the guys there, let's order them all to exit vehicles that are still vehicle crews. And then all those surviving guys from there to move there. And I keep wanting to change guns using 1 and 2, but that's the thing with that in this is actually just to all the units around, isn't it? Shotguns aren't awful range in this, which is actually quite nice. But even then, obviously, they're still pretty much inferior to a decent rifle. Again, not my BTRs, my Mardas haven't even done much this game. They've probably killed quite a few things in all honesty, but they've mostly been just sitting back. Because like I said, I wanted to get my M113s either dead or, you know, just use them in a high-risk strategy. Right, okay, again, M113s, I did ask you to exit vehicle. Like, you know, the driver not to stay in it without a gunner, because they're in damaged condition, just to get out and I can just follow me, that's actually a useful command. Why is Georgia Maloney a boss in Doom? If you're in the UK, I would certainly say don't make a game about Keir Starmer. That would get you in all sorts of trouble. Oh, so they've actually got an armoured vehicle over there. Right, so let's order all of my initial squad of Mardas in the other vehicle. Right, whereabouts on the map were they? Over here. Let's order them round to here and facing that way. Just so they might be able to pick off the last sort of stuff over there, but... Oh, this is the one where, again, I did order the guy to get out of this and he didn't bother. Right. I'll just go in the driver's seat and get out. Oh, I've got the pump shotgun. Oh, right, yeah, and that's like the Tiger but bigger, isn't it, that thing? It's like the Russian wheeled armoured troop carrier thing. I assume Cuba has quite a lot of Russian vehicles in their deck. Yeah, there's another one of the Russian command vehicles over there. I'll read your comments properly in a minute, sorry, I'm just worrying about this stuff at the moment. Right, again, is it just smoke grenades I get as vehicle crewman? Yeah, just smoke grenades. Oh look, you can tell it's a commie block because it's got those funny little window covers. There's lean actually in this, which is sort of surprising because a lot of games don't have lean. Yeah, and that's armoured, right. So not much I can do about that. I can with my Mardas, but not as a guy with a shotgun. Is that a surrendering guy, or is that, not surrendering guys? That's a surrendering guy. Oh, nice, an AK. What's that, an AK, AKSU, isn't it? Or whatever it is, the, Krinkov. Go to the top floor for better visibility in this little commie block. There's that vehicle again that's trying to shoot me, so let's not look out that particular window. Right, there's a load of them falling back. Again, I'm not expecting to hit many of them, just doing this in a general area, but... Right. And if I set this to semi, there is a fire selector, there we go. Let's see if I can actually make this somewhat useful in semi, but if it's a little carbine, it's... Oh, whoops, I shot a surrendering man there. Should have surrendered faster. Again, I think some guns have scopes on them as well. And I imagine scopes, again, make shooting people a lot easier at a distance. Right, so I've got a load of vehicles down here, haven't I? So let's get that Marder. And... Ah, I see, there's a little bit of a hill there, which is why they can't quite see... Yeah, can't quite see that stuff there. So if I send all those vehicles there, then using one of those vehicles, I will, say this Marder, I'll just manually control it. Does this still have its ATGM? No, it's used its ATGM up, but it does have its 20mm, I think, on the Marder. 20mm. Pretty sure Marder's 20mm. Right, I don't know what its gun depression's like, because Soviet vehicles, and I know this is West German, but Soviet vehicles have awful gun depression, so... There we go, that wasn't too bad. Again, West Germany, this is very good. The suspension on some of the armoured vehicles in this is surprisingly nice, actually. You know, because a lot of games just have tanks. Because I think in this it's got the kind of suspension thing where if I get one track... Oh, never mind the game engine before I show you. I think if you get like one track on the rock and one not, the entire vehicle doesn't lift up. Like each track has its own separate kind of suspension. Right. Alright, so let's read some of the comments. So, you were saying Duke Nukem 64 was great, but they censored all the babes. I don't think I've ever played... Actually, is Duke Nukem 64 the side-scroller, or is Duke Nukem 64 like Duke Nukem 3D, or is it, again, one of these ones that was only on the 64? But yeah, I won't interrupt you guys talking about games. Oh wait, was it the 3D one that had the really bad, like, low-quality 3D models? Because it's probably the one I've not played, because you had Duke Nukem 3D, didn't you? Out of the non-side-scroller ones. Then, was Duke Nukem 64 after that, but prior to Duke Nukem Forever, I'd imagine? Because again, it's probably a bit like Doom 64, is it? Where it's actually a completely separate game, but... Yeah, like, I know, weirdly, Command and Conquer was actually... The original Command and Conquer was actually 3D on the Nintendo 64. Like, every unit was actually like a little 3D thing rather than a sprite, which is kind of interesting. Ah, okay, so it is just a port of Duke Nukem 3D. It's not a case of it being a separate game. Right, okay, so let's get rid of that Ural Kamaz truck and M1113. I'll keep that Gaz. Right, Alright, I can buy a Lav now, and I'm only going to get the Lav because I need it to get to the Rossomac and keep going down the tech tree. But right, I'm going to buy in a couple more airstrikes because I used up all those. And we'll get a couple of Lavs, or I'll get one Lav and one Marder because I can't afford... I was going to say I can't afford at the moment to get to save more than one Lav. I don't know if this is the tyres can be popped on the wheeled vehicles, because I know one of the problems in some of the like games with wheeled vehicles is their tyres get popped and then they're absolutely useless compared to track vehicles for that reason. Right, okay, so the easiest place to attack is that 14 one there, which is again the Cuban guy that doesn't have his own portrait because the mods haven't ported over like Castro or whoever's the leader of Cuba now. I know Castro's dead, but I don't know if he had like a relative that took over. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the map. So let's converge all my troops into one blob, why not? And then put them here. So, what have we got? Loads of infantry in the middle of the town at the moment. Oh, have they got artillery? There's an MTLB there, look. Cute little MTLB, now probably unfortunately an extinct species. Doesn't have a Franken turret on it though. Yeah, very nicely modelled little MTLB. That's just got a machine gun on it, hasn't it? Yeah, do they have artillery somewhere? Because I keep thinking, I saw just some random explosions, like artillery was trying to zero in, but I can't see it. Anyway, let's try this Lav out. Oh no, that's been knocked out. One of my Marders has been knocked out already. Okay. Nope. What? One of my guys just got run over. Oh wait, no, these are enemy troops there, are they? Oh, they might. No, they're my guys. Oh no, he didn't. Like, oh, he didn't die. That's why he didn't pop up with a fatality name. He got run over but not killed. Lucky for him. Yeah, it's not an awful game in itself. I think one of the issues of it at the time was that you could only pick up 2 guns. I can't remember if they eventually patched that so you just pick up as many guns as you want, like a classic game. But, right, what have we got? So, they've got a ZU in a pretty good position there, so let's use one of my airstrikes on that. I'll wait for them to keep coming towards me to start with. Oh, there's another one there. One of those, up. But yeah, he's just shooting at my plane. Let's send one of the individual Marders around to the side of it. Seems like they've got a lot of dug in, yeah, it seems like they're mostly using for this game quite a lot of just sort of, you know, trucks and just lightly armoured vehicles, guns, and a little MTLB running off. Right. Go RPG, RPG, RPG. The nice thing about playing this on the harder difficulties is small arms don't damage armoured vehicles. Where if you're playing on easy and normal, it applies to both you and the AI. But you can just plink vehicles to death with, like, a lightweight machine gun, which is a bit stupid. So I do like the fact that obviously in the more difficult modes for this, you know, tanks do need basically anti-tank weapons to take them out, as opposed to just people plinking them to death. That's my guys moving up now, that's alright. Oh, they've got some guys over on that hill though. Right, anybody else visible? Oh, that was an explosion near me that hurt me though. Oh, I don't... Have they knocked my engine out with that? Or is it just stuck? No, it can back up, okay. Where did that RPG come from? Well, it's probably one of those guys over there. That guy's in the house or behind the house there. Oh, I'm totally out of primary ammo for this. I've only got the MG3 or whatever it is left on it. I know. No, sorry, that is. Oh no, sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing, wasn't I? Then I was looking at the ATGM, not the. Yep, right there goes that. Oh, lucky bastard, look. He went underneath the middle bit of my vehicle. That time he didn't. Poor little MTLB, I don't want to hurt you, but I'm afraid I have to. In reality, an MTLB would already be dead at this point from getting shot in the face of a 20mm like that. I'm lucky none of these guys have RPGs. I am taking a bit of damage now, but I assume that might be something like the MTLB. Oh, hello. Yeah, it's probably that thing that's hurting me. Right, let's back this guy up a minute. Right, we might as well order all of our vehicles now right into the middle of this town, seeing as most of their defences are completely crumbled now. Yeah, I'm getting, I've got a left to have in a bit, Spice, but I'll do that once I finish my stream. Okay, so... Oh, the MTLB8 and ATGM, oh well. Actually, is it an ATGM on those Mardas, or is it just a, like, one-shot recoilless rifle? I'll have to look up. It's a Marder 1A5, that, I think, isn't it? Right, let me look up. Marder 1A5. Alright, good. No vehicles lost, just 15 infantry lost, and they're very cheap to replace. Right, armament, Marder 1A5. So main Milan ATGM. So yeah, Milan anti-tank guided missile launcher. and that's sack loss. So yeah, it's got like a little sight, hasn't it, where it just keeps following where the crosshair is. I guess using a laser or some system like that. Yes. Anyway, back to the chat. Yeah, I think it depends how people set them up, Space Dog, I don't know. Again, I know with YouTube you can have both a brand account and your actual name. Right, so let's rearm those. I'm just going to sell that Gaz truck off, actually, because it's quite vulnerable. Right, so now, anyway, if I put the lav into slot 1, I've got 23 research points. How much is the next armoured vehicle? The Rosso Mac is a couple more. So let's buy some more lavs, but not lavatories, lavs, to go into my thing. Right, there we go. And yeah, annoyingly, like I said, this stupid system of you can't just, as far as I'm aware, say I want this vehicle to be like in my #1 slot kind of thing. You have to manually do that, and the more units you get, the longer it takes to Oh, now I've rearmed them, it's moved them back. What the hell? Right, anyway. At least they're visible there. Right, and it's not done it now, so okay. Oh, maybe it's because the rearm moves the planes to the bottom. Okay. So I can't afford the next vehicle yet. That's my point spent. I'm just going to do a save in case the game corrupts or something. Save, and I need to keep going down to Arvik, because otherwise I'm going to overwrite my #1 slot again, which is probably why it's only a good reason, really, to have one campaign on the go at once. Okay, so let's go for this territory, which might Idlib. Isn't that Syria, Idlib, or whatever? Randomly here on the map. Maybe it's a legally distinctive Idlib. Okay, so this is the really annoying desert map, where the main issue with this map is there's so many little potholes and things like that. So if you look flat, there's so many little bits infantry can hide behind, or where lines of sight get obstructed. So what I can actually do, though, is I can set waypoints, I think, like that, yeah, so hopefully the vehicles mostly stay in a line. Oh no, they're already branching off. Anyway, let's give one of these guys a spin and see how they actually perform. So it's probably more mobile than the Marder, because it's wheeled. And it's got, like, what's the autocannon? Probably 25mm, isn't on this? Probably the same gun as a Bradley, just on the different vehicle. But yeah, it's not got an AT-gem or anything on this, it's just, do we know where the enemy are yet? Oh, there's some guys. Well, at least this can, without damaging itself, knock down trees. Right, okay, so we can now focus mostly on the front. Oh, there's, it's exploded, but there was a vehicle there with some sort of vehicle. Right, okay, so let's see what's going on the tactical view now. I'm mostly using a lot of infantry, I think. Right, anyway, let's get my vehicles right into the centre of this bit. And then any infantry I've got will probably take cover in the buildings, which means I should be able to hold this area quite easily. Like I said, I don't think other than one vehicle that's been blown up. And what does that look like that was? Oh, that was one of those Kamaz things, wasn't it? Like little command trucks. They don't seem to have much armour. They just seem to have loads of infantry of various types. I'll soften these guys up with a jet. I don't know exactly what angle the airstrike will come in from, but yeah, they've already lost about half their men. I've got one lav now that's damaged, so let's evac the men out of it, and then they can go into that building now. Yeah, at the moment there's not much of particular threat. Let's move these two guys up, these two Marders, up to this road over here. Hope they don't hit a rock and get stuck in a desert, which they sometimes like to do on this map. Right. Yeah, some more infantry all the way back there. I have a Marder all the way back here, so that Marder can move up to here and cut them off. Oh, I've got a Marder apparently, Marder number 8. Where's that? That one. Okay, that's taken damage. So let's order the crew out into just an infantry fire team. Right, where's the main load of guys from where that man is? Not really any to that direction. There's not many there left at all. I think we've got all of them. Yeah, I'm going to direct control this Marder because he's being a bit of a tard at the moment. It's lucky a load of those guys didn't have RPGs, otherwise he'd be toast if his AI was like, oh, there's troops really close to me, but I don't know what to do about that. I know one of the things I should probably do is that, like, move and attack. I'm pretty sure that means enable move and attack. Oh, he did get hit by something then. And he's been disabled. Yeah, so that was one of the RPG guys that dealt with him because he was being a dumbass when I wasn't directly controlling him. Oh, that one surrendered. Are you all surrendering? Oh yeah, their forces have just literally been decimated. There's less than 10% of them left. But yeah, I can't remember with this if it's better to have most of the vehicles always on move and attack. I think that way if infantry gets close to them, they do back up a bit to shoot at them. Or I think the problem with some of the vehicles is if they can't aim very low, they're fine at a distance, but up close, you know, infantry just basically crouches under their guns. But anyway, we lost, what, 15 men, a couple of vehicles damaged. If none of them have been fully blown up, the vehicles, though, they are just repaired automatically between matches, which is what I want with them, because, see if I can get that closer to the height of my head, that microphone. The thing that's annoying about these kind of, swing arm things that are meant to retain their place is often, although in theory they should lock in any position, quite often I find with them that, like my swing arm lamp, it kind of just likes kind of going from one position to another, where if you try and stop it in between, it just keeps constantly falling to like the, you know, the lower gravity thing where the arms aren't as yeah. So Marder and a lav repaired. Right, okay, so again, sell off the troops because I don't need the troops. I definitely don't need that Kamaz. Right, now do a rearm. Put that back there. Okay, so I've still got some vehicles. Right, okay, manufacturing adaptation. I can now get some Finnish/Polish Rosamax. So, because that's going to be my best vehicle now, let's buy a load of those in. And again, they're more than both the Marder and the Lav, so they're probably better vehicles. And no, I can't afford another F-15. I'll just leave those at the bottom, and any of my vehicles that get blown up properly, they can just replace. Okay, oh, I'm being attacked there, so I need to defend Kislokan from whoever's in that territory. Again, I think sometimes the map markers just show you the territory you took it off of, not who's actually attacking you. So it might not be Cubans attacking me for this territory, it might be somebody else. Oh, do you mean this game, Space Dog? It is Total Conflict Resistance. Like I said, it's got a very forgettable name. Right. So yeah, we're going to be attacked by... Oh, it is the Cubans attacking me. Alright, let's do that move and attack thing so the guys actually back their vehicles up. Oh, is that them coming in there? Yeah, right, they're assembling there. Right, let's order an airstrike in on their troops while they're still assembling. Hopefully knock out a load of their shit before it even has much of an effect on me. Oh, more stuff coming in from there. Alright, what's that? Oh, they've got one of those, whatever it is, Russian airborne assault gun things. Oh, and some more stuff there. Right, let's get another airstrike on that position. That's going to artillery to shout at me, that stuff. Right, where's this squad? Number 3. Because they apparently don't have a vehicle. These guys, okay. They can just go die over there. They can fight the good fight and die because they're using a call-in space that will be a vehicle. Right, let's get this guy on the hill where he can actually do something. Looks like the main bit of the airstrike missed him, annoyingly. I don't think those things are very tough, it's just a case of getting something with anything more than machine gun in range to hit it. Right, they're going to be coming over the ridgeline in quite big numbers now. Get this guy off of this rock. He's slightly wedged on a rock there. Oh great, there's RPGs firing at me while I'm wedged on a rock. Come on, come free. There we go, right. Let's get out the way of all these grenades and everything else being chucked at me. Alright, let's go around the outside of the bottom of this, Oh, I wasted my ATGM again. Oh well. Like I said, I don't think these guys are going to bring in any armor that's really a threat to me with just autocannons. Oh, one of their guys just friendly fired a hell of a lot of their other guys. I'm assuming at that point he probably hit a friendly vehicle with an RPG. Oh look, there's a Kamaz truck over there. Let's just keep hitting that. There we go. I think they'd already bailed out of it, so yeah, I could have technically had money, sold that after the game, but whatever. Oh! BTR, BTR, BTR. Right, BTR down. Oh, there's their assault gun thing. Is that ranging onto it, or do I need to move a bit closer? I think I've angered him, so that's probably hitting him or getting close to him. Right, I'll go chase down that BTR, not BTR. Oh, there's another truck there, but I think they've abandoned it, so I might as well sell it. Again, I forget the name of these things. An airdroppable. It's like the VDV version of one of the old assault guns from World War II, isn't it? The idea is it's like a lightweight sort of tank destroyer artillery assault gun thing. Okay, that thing's surprisingly tough. I thought it would blow up a bit faster than it did blow up, but it's gone now. Now we're just mopping up the rest of their troops, I think. I'll do a couple more games of this before I go off. What, your phone battery is 1%? You better put your phone on charge, then, haven't you? Oh, the last of their troops, those guys coming down the hill. Are they surrendering now like they should do? That guy hasn't yet. There we go. Right, 26 infantry lost, 4 injured, no vehicles lost, just some vehicles damaged. So yeah, I think that was just the lav, wasn't it? I had to abandon. It's now a recovered vehicle. Oh, if I don't know what you mean by your developing game. Like I said, when I said I'll be on for another 30 minutes, I'm obviously talking about my stream. Right, okay. Alright, let's sell, I'm just going to sell the labs off. Even if I make a loss from doing it, because I've not used them much. Right, let's put the, sorry, just do rearm first. Okay, so, yeah, I've just got Marders and Whatsits now. Right, how much does it now cost to get the next thing in the tech tree? Ah, cool, the M2. So the Bradley, I might as well just buy Bradleys now. Because again, they're just going to be like the Marders, but better. So, Bradley, M2A2. There we go. Right, again, I'll use the Marders quite disposably now, because I've got Rosamax to try out an M2A2s. And like I said, rather than just selling off the Marders at like 50% or whatever you get back for them, I might as well just use them in game and then just be a bit more cavalier with them. Okay, so let's go for Rahibat, because that's still the Cuban guy, and I'm annoyed because he attacked me. I'm going to counter-attack him. Right, so that's the full squad of Marders to begin with. So they have 180 men, so I should play more carefully, but fuck it, this is the last game I'm doing. Let's enable the move and attack thing, whatever it is, and send all my Marders over there. And then, once some Marders get blown up, I shouldn't have too many more Marders in reserve before I start getting my Rosamax come in, and then the Bradleys, because the Bradleys are actually really fucking good. Oh, there's a BTR there or something, so let's call an airstrike in on that. No, that's a known or whatever it's called, isn't it? It's a BTR chassis, essentially vehicle, but it's got a little lightweight artillery gun mounted on it, like a 30mm mortar or whatever it is. Yeah, it's BTR 80 or BTR 90 body, because it's got that weird double door thing that... Oh, my airstrike missed him. Right, these particular Marders can just rush over there. Because that thing is going to be annoying if I don't take it out early, because it's just going to constantly shell my vehicles and units. It's not going to be very effective against proper armour, because it's more an anti-infantry thing, but I still don't want it constantly shelling. If you mean Operation Flashpoint as in the proper original one, as in the original armour before Armour 1 and Armour 2, technically the first armour is Operation Flashpoint, which is why it's now called Armour Cold War Crisis or whatever, not Operation Flashpoint. I barely played the two when Codemasters or whatever it had got the right to Operation Flashpoint. I barely played those. I think they're probably in my Steam library. But yeah, this is this does kind of remind me of Armour in a way, yeah. Like not nowhere near as sort of brutally in depth as Armour with all the mechanics, but it does remind me a bit of Armour, yeah. Right, okay, so let's now send these Marders in there. But yeah, if you do mean the original Operation Flashpoint now, and when I say the original, I mean like the one from the very early 2000s, late 90s, whenever it came out. The Shilka is just as Dakar in this as it is in the original Operation Flashpoint, where Shilkas just destroy fucking tanks in this game. Alright, cool. Let's direct control this guy. I'm just going to drive it into the crowd of these guys, because I want, like I said, I want some of these Marders to actually get blown up, so they don't get recovered, and I can actually... Oh, is my steering gone funny on this one? I've lost the ability to steer it. Yeah, I think they've knocked the engine out, so it's just, yeah, my gun is still... Yeah, I think my gun still works. Yeah, it does. Oh, there's something. What's that? Oh, I didn't waste the ATGM that time. I didn't quite destroy that vehicle. That's when they're assault guns, isn't it? Like the type that were annoying before. Yeah, am I in Marder number 1? Because I can't do anything with the thing, I think I'm that first Marder, because I think this one's... Stop vehicle. I can't stop my vehicle though, because it's just moving on its own accord. I think that, yeah, that is a damaged one, so yeah. It's got no, There's that other squad that's... It's what is kind of annoying in this is it's obviously those guys, but it doesn't jump to a squad if you, Right, they're retreating now anyway. Right. Here's one of these Polish/Finnish Rosamax. Let's try this thing out then. Yeah, some of my reinforcements are just coming in now because my initial batch of things finally got destroyed. I can tell it's able to go through water, look, because it's got propellers there. Doesn't handle particularly badly. Its gun feels a bit more Dakar. I assume it's a slightly bigger caliber gun on this thing. Are they surrendering already? Can't have this. Didn't get a chance to really try out my Bradleys or any of those things that I specifically wanted to try out. Oh, that guy technically surrendered. Whoops. It's because he was doing a weird sitting animation, look. Because Slavjank, I thought he was still a hostile, but apparently not. Yeah, I'm assuming then all the enemy stuff is actually... Oh no, there's some stuff over there. Right, everybody just go crush those things over there that are still resisting us. Is that something like an ASU-85 that, Yeah, then that would be, yeah, the original armor, but like I said, it was called Operation Flashpoint when it first came out. The only reason it's not called that now is because, like I say, the Operation Flashpoint brand, if you like, got sold off. So, it's rebranded as Armor now because the same developers of the original game then made the Armor series, and it plays basically like all the Armor games. It's just, for whatever reason, they didn't call Armor 1 Operation Flashpoint 2. They gave it a new name. Armed Assault Armor. But, okay, so, like, resupply those. Again, I'll just sell that mod off that's found its way to the bottom of the pile. Right, okay, so... let's buy in some more Bradleys. There you go, some more of those. Right, I will do another game, because like I said, we didn't get to see many of the new vehicles. So, I'm Arvik, aren't I? Right, so we could invade Xi Jinping over there. We could invade the Ayatollah of Iran. Or, well, let's finish off the Cuban guy, as much as I'd like to smash the Iranians up. Let's go for Cuba, just because that guy actually attacked me back a little bit, so, because when some of the AIs don't bother invading your territories until you attack them, I don't mind them so much, but it's the fact that fucking, oh, I don't know if I've played this map before. I might have done this just because some of the maps, because you can come in from different directions. I must have done this map, because I think the maps are always in the same place on the island, kind of thing. No, I think one of my Mardas took a hit pretty early on. Oh, no, I think he's still... Oh, no, yeah, he is, Yeah, technically they're dug in here, and I've already sent my guys right into the middle of it, but whatever. Alright, so he's got one of those assault guns over there. Oh, an assault gun over there as well. Oh, sorry, was over there, I should have said. But yeah, Armor's the one, isn't it? And Operation Flashpoint. Oh no, enemy man 100 meters to our front. Oh no, one is down, 2 taking command. That's good old Operation Flashpoint and Armor. Enemy Shilker to our front, 12 o'clock. Oh no, 1 is down, 2 taking control. Oh no, 2 is down. Right, let's see what the Rosamac does then. Oop, took a load of hits to the front there. There's some quite big trees over there. Oh, there's a vehicle. Nice. That was a lot of them. Yeah, I think that was like 10 men in one of those Kamaz trucks, whatever it was. Oh, I've completely lost that there. Yeah, I was saying that's the cool thing with all the armor games and stuff like that. Vehicles and infantry. Helicopters and planes as well, even though obviously the flight mechanics are very basic in Armor, they're not proper flight simulatory things. Vehicles are a bit more in depth, but yeah, it's mostly the infantry combat those games sort of excelled at. Yeah, they're doing a lot better, the AI on this map. I'm still not taking horrible casualties, but they have actually managed to blow up some of my proper vehicles, where, like I said, on some of the other maps, they were completely struggling to do that. Surrendering. See if I can get upstairs to shoot at them in this building. Does that have an upstairs, or is it just like a brick floor thing? I know it technically has an upstairs. What I'm saying is I don't know if you can actually physically get up there, or if it's just you know, like model bit of the outside model, but not on the Right, let's overrun their position now that they're retreating. Should be quite easy to purge them in or out. Again, I might do one or two more of these if they're just quick little battles, just because I want to see the Bradleys in action a bit more. This is one of those games where you keep going, one more like game and I'll go off, one more game and I'll go to bed, and then, yeah, the first night I got this, I was playing it to like 2:30 in the morning, because I did the thing of, you know, when it's just past midnight, I'll do one or two more little matches, and yeah. Oh yeah, they've knocked out another thing there. Is that just the Marder? Yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's a couple of good games of RTS FPS elements mixed in, but sadly a lot of games don't do it. But like, Zombie Master used to be one of my favourite mods ever for Half-Life 2 in the Source engine. And it's where everybody but one player played as like the survivors in a zombie thing, you know, in first person. And then the Zombie Master had like an RTS, like they flew around the map in RTS mode, spawning in zombies. And obviously the more powerful, like elite zombies cost more resources, and the cheap ones that were shamblers, which, you know, like your Romero zombies, they were only like 10 points a zombie or whatever it was, so, or like 1 point a zombie, whatever can't remember the costing now. But they were the ones that, you know, like you could spam loads of, but people could run past them if they were efficient, you know, or like, you know, kill them with a single headshot each. And then you had, you know, like faster zombies that were harder to shoot because they are agile but still fragile. And then you had like the Hulks, which are big and slow, but they would tank a lot of things, so if the survivors didn't have much ammo, it was useful to put a load of Hulks mixed into the crowds of regular zombies to just waste their ammo. And then Drifters were my favourite, because they were like these weird floating, spitting corpses. And they only did like, I think it was 5 damage per attack, but they could attack very rapidly, and because they weren't much more expensive than Shamblers, you could send a little horde of Drifters in to be really annoying. Yeah, sadly that was one of those like really good mods that just eventually died, as most of those sort of mods do, because you know, eventually people went on to other things. Yeah, can't afford an M1A1 yet, so but I could. Oh, because I'd have to 10, 20, 30. Okay, yeah. As much as the yeah, I've got a Huey now, but I won't buy many of those in, because I think they just spam rocket pods. So the DLC planes are all right, but again, it's like the Apache. It's just you really want an Apache in one of the planes. The B-1B is pretty damn good because it just dumps a load of bombs in a row. But anyway, battalion. We just want to buy more M2A2s, really. Oh, okay, and I can afford. Oh yeah, Hueys are cheap at least. So Make sure my units are properly rearmed. Okay, so we've got Belarus, Iran, Iran, Iran. Just go after Iran. Again, the countries they're in aren't like they're real countries. It's just kind of like a risk-type map. But, it's Iran. The Ayatollah of Rock and Roller, Lord Humongous. Right, so this is just kind of some Eastern Bloc looking little housing area with some vehicle sheds. I think one of these had like a really highly detailed Soviet fuse box on the wall. Yeah, there it is. The Soviet fuses. I only noticed that when I was playing in the FPS mode. I was like, oh, a Soviet fuse box. Right, what troops does the Ayatollah have? We will soon find out. No, I think he has a shitty technical over there, look. Let's use a Huey on the technical, assuming he doesn't come in from a bad angle and just hit the apartment block. Oh, he's got a Comet. Or is that a T-34? Oh, sorry, no, it's a T-34. They sometimes have British Comets from World War II, some of the things as well, for like their cheap-ass tanks, some of the countries. No, just T-34. I don't know if he's even got a crew in it, because it doesn't seem to be doing much. Oh no, their Hilux survived that, as the building was in the way of my airstrike. He does have a Nona though, like the Cubans did. Right, I'm just going to deal with that T-34, because I don't want it suddenly springing to life and shooting my units in the back. There we go. Oh, there's a load of them over there, look. Oh, there goes that. Yeah, some guy with an RPG. What's Wu Chang, Is that the one where you play as the monkey? If so, I've got that, or is this a different thing? Oh, no, it's Wukong where you play as the monkey, isn't it? Okay, I don't know what Wu Chang is, and I've got Wukong. Hype gifted me that. I started playing that, but I haven't got very far. So, did they have Winnie the Pooh as a boss as Xi Jinping? And people got offended, or I'll look into this after this if I remember. Oh yeah, so they've actually got some quite elite infantry that have fairly good guns. So I think the main thing is like the RNG on the infantry. So I think the more elite infantry are probably, even though they still have the basic RPGs, they're probably just better at actually aiming and hitting vehicles with them. This is in very bad health. 706. Oh, there's a load more up front. Up my way. I think that's from the guys in the vehicle squad, so they sort of just deploy and move around with your vehicle. To make it harder for people to sneak up an RPG. He's thrown a grenade. I don't know if these actually damaged tanks or not. Oh yeah, it did a bit. Did about... Oh, it did quite a bit of damage. Unless somebody else is now shooting. Yep. Oh, never mind, that was something else. I didn't respawn, I just took control of another unit that was already on the battlefield. Get some. What guns do these guys have then? Ah, what's this? Quite an oh, then, never mind. At least my Bradleys are coming into combat now. So anyway, let me send my older vehicles in to die. And then it will mostly be the Bradleys that are the things left. So I think the Bradleys and everything, yeah, are just at my spawn. So yeah, 2 ATGMs included on a Bradley. Chain gun with 1,050 rounds, which is going to be barely going to run that out in a game. And machine guns with 2,100 rounds, so... This is a 25mm, so I assume in game it does more damage to armoured vehicles per shot than the, I wonder if the ranging thing's been done correctly, because what annoys me is loads of games have these ranging guidelines, like real scopes have, but they're completely wrong for, you know, what you're aiming at. So... Again, you'd only really be able to tell if you're at really long distance trying this stuff out. Right, how's my other vehicles doing? Right, they're all over there. Where's the last Iranian troops? Over there. I assume this is the conked out one. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, this game doesn't officially have the real names of countries, their flags or leaders, but because there's blatantly in this game some countries that are meant to be real life countries, like I said, that's why modders immediately did that mod that I've got installed, yeah, like where I'm Ukraine, they're Iran, that sort of thing, you know, where they looked at what the description is for the country, like the country that's the UK or England in this, says that it's a country in the northwest of Europe, that's on an island in the Atlantic that has won 2 world wars, and you know, stuff like that. It's the fucking UK then, isn't it? I know you're not giving it the name the UK, but everybody can clearly tell what country you're going for. So yeah, that's what like I said. So modders have just done the thing that, yeah, rather than it being not called the UK and, you know, all that, and having a different flag, they just, like, again, just again, if there's a country that, you know, is meant to be Russia, just make it Russia. Oh, there's a thing still alive over there. Oh, we've won anyway. I've probably captured that now. Or no, maybe they somehow managed to retreat it. Right, okay, so... Oh, I'm being invaded now, so let's rearm these things. Get rid of that Marder that's right at the bottom of the thing, because I don't want one. Right, so okay, cool, I've got the vehicles I actually want. And I can afford now, can't I, the Apache, so... Let's buy in, rather than buying any more ground units, let's buy in... Yeah, a load of airstrikes that I can use defensively. Yeah, you mean it's they're fighting Iran, but they never call it Iran. I haven't actually seen the film, and even I know it's meant to be Iran. Right, once I work out where the enemy's going to be sending most of their stuff from, I'll start moving out my troops, but, if I do exit vehicle now, that will just send the troops out, won't it? It won't mean the crews abandon their vehicles. Because again, there's no point just having my guys hold down in their vehicles. Right, are they mostly attacking from the north? Right, I'm going to assume they can't come in from, like, just what, you know, like, one side of the map. So I'm assuming they're... Again, I don't know which way is north and whatever, but I'm assuming the AI can only come in one half of the map and they're not surrounding your thing. So let's move all my units up to actually being... Right, this Marder's apparently already been badly hit. Right, let's evac it then. Oh, they popped smoke and I can't see. Right, let's get in this little house. Right, they're my soldiers in grey, are they? Right. Right, there's not any good glass in the windows that stops me throwing a grenade. Oh, I've got some more grenades, nice. Oh, flashbang going off somewhere. I do like that the window frames and that break in this. A lot of games still don't do that. Like games, most games now will have glass in windows that breaks, but not like the window frames. So that is quite, actually. And if I'm fighting Iran and they're just sending police after me, that's kind of correct because they're just probably swarming the morality police at me. Oh, you showed an inch of hair, we will beat you to death. The Ayatollah demands it. Yeah, well, sadly, Israel probably blew up in all the stuff recently, the last of the Iranian F-14s, which is sad, but I completely understand why Israel had to do it. But yeah, it's just kind of funny that museum planes are still flying. But yeah, a uranium enrichment facility in some Middle Eastern country that happens to have F-14s. I wonder who that could be. Oh no, I'm not playing against Iran, am I? This game, it's Belarus that's fighting me here. Whoops. Oh well, Belarus used police to beat all their protesters when Luka totally didn't win that election. Or sorry, totally won that election. Putin, please help. The people in my country are angry that I flooded the ballot box with my own name. The funny thing is, Luka now is doing so much better than Russia because he didn't get fucking involved in Ukraine. I mean, he let the Russians go through Belarus as a staging ground and all that, but he's not actually sent the Belarusian army in, which has meant that he's not, you know, lost all his entire army of 30,000 men or whatever it is in like a couple of days of warfare that would have happened to him in Ukraine and then been overthrown because he's not got an army to protect himself anymore. Let's call in some airstrikes. They're shooting at my helicopter. Yeah, that didn't go well for their anti-aircraft there, did it? Right, let's send in all the rest of the Bradleys. So that Bradley got stuck in somebody's house. No, that's alright. Oh no, they're surrendering. I was a bad man. I shot surrendering men. I didn't even realise. Oh look, there's a little MTLB. Is that MTLB? Yes, MTLB. It's this little machine gun nest has burnt off. Oh, and there it goes. Right, okay, so that Lund place is Iran. Right, okay, I have repaired these. Let's just sell off the last Marder now. So I have nothing but Bradleys left in stock now. So let's buy some more Bradleys in. It's funny enough, if I'm playing Ukraine, that is kind of accurate, spamming Bradleys, because out of the American gear given to Ukraine, they're finding Bradleys to be the most useful. Because again, Russia isn't really using tanks anymore, so having just infantry fighting vehicles, even though they can kill tanks at 80 gems, just having auto cannons and machine guns and a decent amount of armor, Bradley's actually more useful, really. But so that's Zloblichi, or whatever it is. That's Luka over there. Luka. Lund is Iran. Batagay. Let's invade Batagay, because Iran does like battering gays. Let's go liberate the gays from Iran. Although I think Iran does the fucked up thing, don't they, where if you're gay in Iran and get caught or whatever, or accused of it, they basically say, we're going to put you to death, or we're going to chop your cock off because you must be a transgender person confused. So Iran technically does lots of trans surgery, but like not in any possible way that could be defined as good by anyone. I see a space dog. I think I am going to just end it after this particular... sorry, that sounds a bit bleak. I don't mean end it like that. I will end the stream after this particular match, because otherwise I'm just going to keep going and going. It's gone 7 PM now, so I've been on about 2 hours. I have got work tomorrow as well, so I do need to check all my stuff is charged up for work and everything's in my bag and my uniform's ready as well. Because I absolutely hate not doing all that before I go to bed, and then in the morning going, oh shit, where's a particular work shirt or work pair of trousers and whatever. Oh, they've got artillery. Is that a Grad, but not even as good as a Grad? It's like the one that's cheaper than the Grad. The World War II era one. Katyushka or whatever it is. Oh, 2 of my Bradleys have been disabled. That one. That one. Oh, they must have taken a direct artillery hit, I imagine, those Bradleys. Alright, let's Apache this gun, because that is, I think, it's either that or the Grad that's been getting a load of my men killed. Oh, it's not even a Grad, was it? The Katyushka or whatever. Grad, but not as good. Oh, it survived that airstrike. Let's hit it with another one. And we'll keep ordering my units to move up over there just to try and overwhelm their position. Oh, he's got some anti-aircraft there as well. That's currently just shooting a tree. I'll get round to it at some point, Roger. There's still a lot of stuff I'm meaning to watch, even stuff I've bought and owned, so it'll be a case of I'll try and get through my backlog of stuff I actually have bought first. Bought, rented, all that sort of stuff. I'm not rented, that's why I don't rent stuff, because otherwise I'm forced to watch it at the time I rent it, and quite often because of work and other stuff coming up, then the rental expires on something before I've finished it. But, yeah, so the answer to that is, it's probably on my watch list. I'll probably wait till the entire series is out and then watch it in the, binge watch it if I like it. Actually, if I can afford the Abrams, I know I keep saying this, like, one more game. If I can afford the Abrams after this, I might just buy a load of Abrams in. Because I have found, although things like Bradley's and that are good in this, the meta does just seem to be in this. Buy good quality tanks and you're golden, basically. Mostly I think it's because they have so much more hit points in terms of armor value. But assume I can't direct... Oh, I can direct control later. I was going to say, if there's that vehicle there, I'm just going to disable that vehicle while I'm this guy right next to it. There goes the guy out the window. Oh, never mind, there was a guy right on the gun there. Oh, cool, so it is actually feels like an Alien thing, not some of the weird stuff they've done since Alien. Right. Only one vehicle actually lost, the rest were just damaged and salvageable, so that's good. Oh, and I've looted a Gaz-66 Vulcan, which is the thing that killed my guy right at the end. Cool. But they lost a lot more than me. Like I said, most of my guys that died, I think, were the infantry that dismounted from the vehicles once they were damaged. Like, the infantry got killed, but the vehicle holes survived. Right, okay. So, M1A1, there we go. And then I can get the Challenger 2 next, which is what I did last time when I played as America. I just spammed Challenger 2s until I won. Okay, so M1A1s. And again, like I said, annoyingly, I don't want that Marder. Don't want that Gaz the Vulcan. So just do rearm, so it puts them in the right places. And then, yeah, like I said, annoyingly, have to drag these right to the top. But yeah, I'll do one game so you can see, like, decent tanks in use, as opposed to just IFVs, because nearly all this stream has been, like, the Marders and the other IFVs, so, okay, so... Oh, and I've got 417 points to spend, so I might as well get another Apache, and I'll get one Huey airstrike, because I can afford it. Right, so that's Arvik. Right, let's hit the hardest enemy thing in range. So, probably that one for 23. Although, that's China. I wanted to see if I can go against a nation that has quite a different deck of stuff. Let's go against Al Jagbud with that guy. With his funny flag, I don't even know what country that is. Do they still have the cool thing where everything's like old CRT looking monitors and stuff like that? Because that's the thing that annoys me in lots of things where, like, you know, they make stuff after the film, but they get all, like, the stuff wrong about how stuff's meant to look. I've pretty much got the Gulf War kind of Desert Storm loadout with this. Just Abrams and Bradleys. Like I'm going to stomp Saddam in a desert. Yeah, because what annoys me of loads of things is where in prequels the technology looks shinier and newer than, like, you know, the films that were like the original ones. And I know in theory you might be able to come up with an in-universe explanation for that, but it just does annoy me in a lot of films where it's like, oh, this is set 5-10 years before, you know, the original, and it's like, oh, but it's all modern, like, laptops looking stuff. Ah, good, like I was saying, because that's the thing that does really annoy me, Rajiv, in a lot of this stuff, where something is set as a prequel just a few years or whatever before a famous bit of media, but then all the technology looks like what we'd have today, not how stuff was imagined back in the original thing. And again, big chonky monitors and Alien and stuff like that. Right, so let's send a pair of Abrams over there. And let me control one of them. So yeah, got the nice view thing on it. So lots of machine gun ammo. Oh, it's like because it gives me access to both machine guns. So obviously the thing with 60 rounds is going to be the main tank gun. Hello. Like that. So that's obviously one of the machine guns. Oh yeah, cool, so I get 2 different types of machine gun on this. So the roof-mounted one and the Is that a vehicle over there? I can't tell. Send these Abrams to the far side to deal with those heavier armoured vehicles. Some of the maps in this remind me of Bad Company 2 a lot for some reason. I think it's just because some of these desert ones are quite similar to the Chilean desert maps in Bad Company 2 in terms of like building structure sort of thing and layout. I've only lost one vehicle so far, apparently, because I've only lost 2 men. Although 2 of my Abrams are now disabled. Oh my god, they got my Abrams, you bastards! To be fair, I was probably driving into a hell of a lot of RPG fire there. Oh, that vehicle disappeared. I assume they retreated it off the map before I could destroy it or capture it. Right, there we go. So I have just got one M1A1 back that wasn't destroyed. Well, Hoover Lover for that price, £25, you should just get it because S10s are normally way more than that. If the mask's not broken and you put a good filter on it, it will protect you from inhaling fallout. Won't protect your body from being cooked by gamma rays because no gas mask can. Even the most expensive gas masks in the world will not protect you from gamma rays. Oh, there's still a Marder there. I thought I've sold off all my Marders, but never mind. Right, actually, should I just sell off all my Bradleys now, even though I'm not going to get loads for them? And then just have nothing but M1A1s? And then, right, okay, I'll make this the last game. We'll just have a full deck of M1A1s. But I need to be careful now, just because of the fact that if I've only got technically 10 M1A1s, and if I lose all... Oh, no, sorry, I do have more than that. It's just the rest are hiding at the bottom. As to say, if I, I've not got that many total number of units now. It's just they're all very good, high-quality units. So let's do a save, and then we'll do one more. Where... Train track, actually, that is. Yeah, let's fight Luca on the track. But yeah, you're very lucky if you manage to get an S10 for £25, because I got one a few years ago for £15, which was a bloody bargain, but that is a rarity, that is not a normality. Normally, yeah, they are, sort of, close to £100 now. I don't think I've actually seen this map before. I mean, there's always a potential I have, but I kind of wonder with this game if it's one of those things where there's actually quite a big map roster, but sometimes you get the same few maps over and over again. Or there's variations, like maybe you sometimes get this, but there's no train on the train track. So, oh look, they've got a sniper or something in that little grain tower thing. Right, there's no kill like overkill. Oh, somebody else already got him. Just gonna shoot with my main gun, even though it was an infantryman. Let's move up in a line. Let's call in a load of fire down on that house and tree line behind it. Let's move up in a line on that side of the track. So, actually, let's stop there first. Just because I don't want to get RPG'd non-stop again by running over to the infantry directly. Give it a distance to soften them up with some heavy fire. Yeah, they are using a lot of RPGs. So. Yeah, those elite troops obviously spam RPGs a lot, so they are kind of useful at sending tanks that way. Let's take control of this one, Abrams. Still doing very well health-wise. I suppose with... I was going to say Kelvin and Hatch isn't used anymore, so it's not like it's a priority target for anyone. I was going to say, it just really depends how much military infrastructure there is near wherever you live. Because if you're not in one of the really big cities, the chance that nuclear warheads would be sort of stuck on your city just for the sake of it would be quite low. It would, or town. It's just mostly going to be a case of how close are you? Because like I'm not too far away from Bryce Norton. I'm not super close to it, but I'm close enough that if an absolutely huge nuke was airburst over it, I'd still be in the range of stuff, you know, potentially setting on fire or, you know, having glass and walls shatter or whatever. And then you have to also think, what if a nuke doesn't quite hit where it's meant to, you know, and flies a few miles off target? Because then, like where I am, if it went a few miles off target from Bryce Norton and airburst, I'd be in a hell of a lot of trouble. There's a little commercial airport near me, which I definitely don't think would be a target for a nuclear strike, but if that was, I'd be totally toast if a decent-sized bomb was sent to it. I think even like a Hiroshima-sized bomb, if it hit our local airfield, would probably still be enough to burn down a load of houses near me. Right, have they all gone on the run, or is there any of them left? Oh, there's one tank I didn't even call in. Oh well. Yeah, there we go. Look, 0 infantry lost, 0 injured, 0 vehicles lost. Yeah, on good flat terrain in this, and that will be my last game now of this. The really high quality tanks now being attacked there. Oh, they're trying to retake this map. Again, I'm not going to do that on the stream now. But yeah, on the really let's sell that off. Yeah, and then make a save. Yeah, like I said, I won't be streaming at the weekend. I'll be at work. But yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. But yeah, like I said, this game is, because I keep forgetting, Total Conflict Resistance. And like I said, I bought it on the Steam sale. Somebody said, oh, you might be interested in this. Added it to my wish list, and when it was on sale, thought, I'll give it a go. And I'm finding it's actually very fun. It is very janky, but it's fun. If it's a World War II bunker, it won't be a nuclear bunker, because no World War II bunkers were built against nukes because of the fact, you know, nukes were used to end World War II, but weren't the thing during World War II. But yeah, in theory, any underground bunker, if it had proper ventilation systems or whatever, is going to give you a lot of protection from gamma rays and whatever else. And again, you'd have to look up at your own maps and all the things like that and see what is still currently in service and not in service. But again, I'm not too worried about nuclear war, because even somebody like Putin that threatens it constantly knows he's dead and his family are dead and everyone's dead as soon as he decides to chimp out and nuke. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna have my beer now and get my stuff ready for work tomorrow. So yeah, have a good evening. See you all. Goodbye.